Reached an absurd point in the gotcha media playing morality police. The latest, current host of Extra, Billy Bush, made a funny joke about reality star Kendall Jenner's Halloween costume, which drew outrage from the pearl-clutching entertainment journalists who were offended by his supposed sexism. You recall that as host of Access Hollywood, Bush got in trouble for a hot mic moment with then-candidate Trump and his notorious grab them by the, line. Bush's sin in that case was that he laughed uncomfortably at Trump's comment. Since then, Bush has been targeted by left-leaning outlets because he apparently didn't respond in real time by calling out Trump at the time. Trump suffered, of course, no ramifications, but Bush got let go by NBC. Well, last week, someone privately recorded Bush again, this time for making a joke about Kendall Jenner and how attractive she looked in her skimpy Halloween costume. Jenner's, of course, the Kardashian family model and Instagram influencer. Bush is now the host of the TV show Extra and tends to shoot from the hip. The Daily Beast made this a big story after obtaining the following audio of the joke. It said, quote, the context of which is that Jenner dressed as the character Jessie from Toy Story for Halloween. And remember, Woody is the name of the lead character in Toy Story. Here it is.
Kendall goes as Jessie. And believe me, there were a lot of Woodies.
Get it? It's a double entendre. Woody? Something I would ordinarily say on this show? No. A private conversation off camera? Pretty funny. At worst, totally harmless. The left-leaning Daily Beast has decided that we should all be offended and outraged. They introduced their breathless report writing, quote, more than 6 years after his career was derailed by his involvement in Trump's infamous Access Hollywood tapes, Extra anchor Billy Bush has been caught in another hot mic moment making crass and sexually demeaning remarks. Crass, sexually demeaning. Gets worse. Bush made the objectifying comment while standing in front of a large wall screen plastered with images of female celebrities dressed provocatively in Halloween garb. Objectifying moment before images of celebrities dressed provocatively. Don't the celebrities make the choice to wear the provocative Halloween garb? Don't entertainment shows like Extra exist to cover provocatively dressed celebrities? Whether you're a fan of the shows or not, isn't that what they do? Other media, of course, followed suit, calling the joke lewd, crude, controversial. The production company who operates Extra felt compelled to issue a statement about the leaked audio, telling Variety, quote, as with many forms of production in the entertainment industry, the show's creative process allows the flexibility to try different jokes and banter. In the end, some material lands on the cutting room floor, including remarks that may be too edgy to air on broadcast television. I mean, good for them for standing up for him, but for what? Making a goofy and maybe clever joke at a meeting? The fact that they even had to issue a statement shows you how much the PC police has infected Hollywood in particular. This isn't really about Billy Bush or Kendall Jenner, even about that joke. This is about gotcha media outlets, in this case the left-leaning ones, trying to stir up phony outrage. Joining me now is comedian Lou Perez. He's also the author of the book, That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore, on the death and rebirth of comedy. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I feel like I'm overdressed based on the subject matter.
Yeah, yes, this is true.
You've shown a lot
well,
more
the good news for the audience is you're not.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah.
So what do you make of this? I mean, is this to you, I mean, you wrote a whole book on this issue. Is this just feed into what you've been talking about for years?
Yeah, I think, one thing that we need to establish first off is that the costume was a sexy Jessie costume. Like sexiness was just right there from the beginning. And even one of her sisters came out and said, this is the sexiest Jessie I have ever met. So you're playing into that.
That's demeaning in and of itself.
Well, they're going to have like a talk. I don't know what season they're in.
Right?
The Kardashians. Yeah. It's going to be a major talk. And it's just, it's just kind of, at this point, it's a little insane that we've gotten to this point where, people are, for him, they got to get, like, I think, a mic off of Billy Bush. I feel like he's being surveilled right now, so that anything that he says is going to come back to haunt him. And I think, like he said, while Extra, did issue that big statement explaining comedy in the process, they did mention something that makes sense, which is that when you are in a creative process, you have to let things fly and you have to see what lands. And if we don't allow that to happen, well, I mean, there goes entertainment and there goes, creativity out the window.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, I would assume from a comedian's perspective, this is a nothing joke, right? I mean, the idea that this is offensive.
Oh, I mean, compared to, the Bush joke that he said, this is rather tame. Trump would say, grab her by the Jesse, I guess, or something like, something like that. And also, I don't think the Daily Beast did their due diligence, because do we know if there were any Woodies at that party? I mean, who did they talk to? Did we get pictures? They really could have gone deeper in this and done their job.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
And I caught that. That was good. And you know what? I'm okay with that, right? By the way, I host a show called On Patrol Live, right? It's a live police show. It's a serious show, serious stuff. And yet there are times when weird, wacky things happen where I will make double entendres. And they might even have a sexual undertone. My goodness, I'm saying it on camera. And it's like, this one, look, would I have used this one? Probably not. I might have said maybe it's a little much on camera. But again, this is my concern is that this is deeper, so to speak, in terms of what Hollywood is doing.
Yeah, it seems like they're, in a way, kind of like running cover. They kind of want it both ways, where they want to, be, totally out there and sex positive and all that. But then if you make, like a third-grade joke, now suddenly that's like an evil thing. And I think what's really important to remember, too, about something like Halloween, it's about letting loose. It's about having fun. It's, there's something cathartic there. And I think that's the same thing with comedy as well. It's cathartic. It's a chance. It's an opportunity to be funny, to be a little naughty, and, to just enjoy life for a little bit.
The book is called That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore. Lou Perez is the author. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.